that right now I'm staying at this place. It's really pretty actually. I don't know how I missed it, but anyway. It's this place called Palmer's Lodge. It's at the Swiss Cottage station. So that's cool. Doesn't sound completely, what do you call it? It's buildings. It kind of look like the buildings in Rome, but I think the Rome ones were a lot dirtier, honestly. They look older. I like these. They have like an old style to them, but they don't actually look old. I mean, they look like they've been fixed pretty often. It's good. So right now I'm going to Queensway Station. I'm walking over to Swiss Cottage Station from the East Hotel, and then I have to go over to Queensway for my tour. My grand biking tour today. I'm so hungry. I hope I can grab a bite to eat first before I go, before I meet them, and I'm also hoping that I can get some shoes because my shoes are falling. That's pretty. I actually remember the station exit. This new sushi restaurant place. I don't know. I like sushi. So this is their sign. Underground. I can't really see. Bring back. They're underground. And it's this Cottage Station. This is exit number 2.
But there's a good reason why it doesn't look all that much like a normal palace might look. Just because it wasn't originally built as a palace. It was originally built as a family home. But as far as family homes go, I think it's pretty good. But anyway, it was built in 1605 by a man called the Earl of Nottingham. He built it, lived in it for a while, but then in 1689 the king came along. This man had a
right past there every single day. These are the lifeguards.
lifeguard.
So you can't listen to what I'm saying.
They're not called the lifeguards.
말들이 완전 커. 괴물 같아.
That's pretty good. Built after the First World War and then added to after the Second World War. I think it's pretty cool. But this one up here is the one that I'm going to talk about mainly, just because it's the biggest and probably it's got the most interesting story behind it as well. Now, it's called the Wellington Arch.
Australia.
And it was built for a man called the Duke of Wellington, surprisingly enough. He's also got his own statue over here, so it's kind of a big deal, the Duke of Wellington. But you wouldn't have expected him to have an arch and a statue built of him in the middle of London after he died. So we're ready to get that. And as soon as we hear something happening, I'll let you all run off and get the tour. Hopefully that'll happen in the next couple of minutes. But before that happens, I will tell you a little bit about the palace. So, Buckingham Palace, firstly, who thinks it's better than Kensington Palace? Possibly a little bit. Otherwise, I got 2 quiz questions for you before
왕관.
Almeno de poco, pero cuando ve. Aquí. How big is this?
And it is absolutely stunning, but it's also the oldest building we're going to see today by quite some distance now. Its roots around 1,000 years ago, so it's about 1,000 years old. It had its roots in the year 1050, because back in 1050 the king, Edward the Confessor, decided that he wanted to build a grand cathedral in the middle of London that he could be buried in at the end of his life. And it's a good job they started building it when they did, because it took 15 years to complete. Completed in December of 1065, and he died just 1 week after its completion, and he was buried inside, and all turned out to fine. So he timed his death to perfection, if there is such a thing. Anyway, that has kind of started a tradition. We're going to head up around this way. There's a really good view of it if you want to get some photos and stuff there. But what is clear from this angle is that there are two very distinct sections of the building. Now, on the right-hand side, it's a much older part of the building. It's called Westminster Hall. It's about 900 years old, and it used to spread all the way out to where the clock tower is currently standing. But in the early 1800s, it burnt down. Half the building burnt down for a pretty stupid reason. Now, what happened then is they had lots of old records.
Lincoln. Oh yeah.
Better hold your butt.
Oh no, it's fine. I just wanted to get.
Did you get him?
Yep, I got him.
This whole part, this part here, after the fire, that's all new. There used to be, you can tell architecture was quite different. Yeah. So that was that's the old part of the building. It looks quite like okay, has everyone got one there? No one was injured or killed. So it turned out to be alright, but as a result, the downside doing something since then. Okay. What I can do is I can I think so you can get back but I'll get
My lunch today. Is that a restaurant called Trent? Over there, this side. It's like a very English style pub.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's cute. Alright, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat.
Area of the city, Trafalgar Square, but it's called Trafalgar Square because it commemorates the battle called the Battle of Trafalgar, which was fought in 1805. And from 1805, Napoleon was in control of pretty much all of Western Europe. And he had his sights set on the British Isles. So what he decided to do was hatch a plan to conquer. The plan was pretty simple. It was to build of typhoid, and Victoria never really recovered from it. Now she lived for 40 years longer. For every single day of those 40 years, she wore black.
It's supposed to be a shopping area nearby Queensway. So it looks like that, and there's just like shops at the bottom. And I just bought shoes here. It's London, £20, and I like it. Why did I buy shoes? Because my shoes are killing me, and I had to go on tour later anyways. So I'm going to a pair of shoes. We're at the Bayswater train station. Here's a telephone booth. I have no idea, but they have a little crown on top. I don't know why. Like, it's not a big part of the telephone thing. But, oh my goodness, this is cool. And this is to be like the 뭐야, 무조건 bar. Isn't that cute? 완전 귀여워. Bayswater Station.
不接受现金，什么银行的卡你都可以给他挂。
와, 진짜 이쁜데. 이쁘다. 근데 이거 뭔지 하나도 모르겠어. 그냥 이뻐. 신기해. Right now I'm at what is this? Tower something station. Tower Hill Station. This is probably the tower that I'm talking about. I'm right outside the station. It's right next to the station. Is there this wall or rock? Yeah, the London, it's a sundial. I can't really tell from this angle. If you look here, you can tell that it's a sundial, but it's too cloudy. There's no actual shadow that it's making. But yes, this is a sundial. There's like pictures of stuff at the bottom. I don't know what it means. It's all supposed to mean, but like,
they didn't consider it to be an extremely useful colony, but then they came over again a little bit later and decided that it was worth invading and colonizing. And the original indigenous population of Britain were the Celts. What we're going to do now, we're going to go underground here. We're going to pop a tidal, turbulent river. It's very, 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 very difficult to build bridges that last on the Thames.
Yeah.
If you're like a bridge engineer, building a bridge in the Thames is harder than building over. Inside, but this was like a lot of warehouses, and it was like quite weird. And there was an American, a guy called Sam Watson.
Oh no.
Such a pretty lamppost. 그냥 너무 어슴한 것 같아. 기타야, 기타. 디테일이 완전 좋아. 짱인데? Oh, it's pretty. 이게 그냥 먹는 데인 것 같아. 어른, 그냥 야영 피플들이 자주 쓰는 층들이야. 진짜야? 그 말이래?